Alright, we're here with Baral, Chief of Compliance. Another fairly popular one. Um, the goal is to sort of just get Baral in place super fast. And then, well, I mean, he's a 2-drop, so that's going to happen pretty quickly. And then you just leave up a ton of counterspells. He loots for you. He doesn't, like, net you card advantage. Like, every time you counter something, you draw and discard. If it was just draw, you'd probably never lose a game, because you just drown your opponent in value. So yeah, you have pretty much every counterspell you can possibly play. A couple mana rocks. I'm actually not... Why is it stuttering? I'm not running Field of the Dead, because there's not a ton of non-basics. And there's really no way to get them fast or anything, because you're just blue. You can't really get to them. So this is one of the few strategies I think you don't have to run Field of the Dead, or it would be difficult to do it. Even mono white probably has an easier time of doing it than this, especially how it's extremely demanding that you get double blue kind of early. Like you turn 2 Baral, then turn 3 any land really, and then you have like all your double blue mana stuff up. So I have the extra turn things. I have Agent of Treachery, of course, because why wouldn't you? Torrential Gear Hulk. It was kind of hard to know what to cut because there were so many cards to run, so many choices. So this is what we're doing, and we'll see how it goes. I just slapped it together. I don't know how good it is compared to other Brawl decks. Could probably use some work, but either way, like and subscribe, and let's play Magic the Gathering. Yesterday I was playing... Was it yesterday? Shoot, it might have been 2 days ago now. I was playing the red-green dude as my commander, and I uploaded it to YouTube, and YouTube exploded, so it wasn't updated, and it uploaded, excuse me. Yeah, you knew what kind of deck I was going to run? Well, oh yeah, we're also running a couple bounce spells. They're probably not as good as I think, but I guess in this case it's decent, because bouncing... a turn 1 Mana Dork is good, and even bouncing Keenan is not terrible. Alright, they didn't have it. Hopefully they just turn 2 Keenan, and we can just bounce it, and then from there maybe win the game completely? And utterly destroy our opponent's soul? Bouncing it means it goes to... You know, actually, it's interesting that they just cast that. That's actually interesting, because they don't have a Mana Dork or anything like that. Guess I put that into my... Look at the top 2, put any on into your graveyard, and the rest not. Okay, I've never actually... Okay, so I don't want Jace. Okay, so you go away, and then I draw this, and then I pay 3 life for this untapped, and I pass? Yeah, that was kind of a weird... That was weird. Okay, Lotus Cobra. I think I try to counter this. Got to learn how to do this here. So we're going to just lead with this. Our opponent has something that's blue that they can cast. I really don't know what it could be. Spell Pierce? Brainstorm? I don't know. I assume you always loot. At this point, I don't even know if I like Unsummon. I think I'm just going to get rid of it. Okay, sure. Interesting attack there. Alright, so we play a land. And then do I swing? I'm not really winning a race going back and forth, and there's not a lot of creatures, so it's kind of hard to win that way. I think I'm just going to kick back. Maybe my opponent's able to wait me out. I wonder if that's possible, where they just don't have to do anything. I'll draw a card here. Brawl makes everything cost 1 less, which is really good. Brainstorm, huh? Kind of hard to not take that. I don't see a reason to cast it right now. Let's play Mind Stone, and I'll play this as a land. Counter target artifact or enchantment. Okay, knock yourself out. Don't think I care. This does feel difficult to win, though. Quench doesn't even do anything anymore. Do I counter this? I feel like I shouldn't, but I'm going to counter this. Just to cycle my Baral, maybe get this Quench into something better here. Syncopate's, I guess, slightly better than Quench. Not by much. Okay, so now I'll Brainstorm. I wish I had that Jace, to be honest with you. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of it. Shark Typhoon's really, really, really good, though. Okay, so we can get rid of Miscast and probably Syncopate. That seems fine. And I'll do this. So if I go to Scry, I'll Scry the Miscast at the bottom. It's not great against what we're up against here. Opponent's sweating. I don't want to get rid of any card in my hand. Opponent only has one blue source, but I didn't see what it was up. What the card was. I'm pretty sure they have a Spell Pierce. Actually, I'm very convinced they have a Spell Pierce. Cycle Migration Path? Wouldn't it be better to just try to go for that? I think they should have just cast that. If it gets countered, so be it. If it doesn't, you know, I think that's fine. Kind of a strange thing to see there. Okay, they definitely have a blue... They definitely have something going on there. I don't want that, and I don't think I want Syncopate either. Emission Briefing is a Snapcaster Mage, essentially, so I suppose I'll just get... Let's see, is Brainstorm better than Supreme Will? Probably. Oh, it was a Memory Lapse. Okay. I think I'm still going to Miscast, because Miscast is getting worse and worse. Seems like a fine time to do it. I will not loot. I will Brainstorm. Put back you and you. Let's do that, because I have a land already. So we play this. Alright, so now Shark Typhoon shields down for a turn. Is that good? It probably is. Maybe I don't even need to do that. Maybe the giant shark is good enough, and I shouldn't try to get this into play. They might have wilt and stuff, and trying to protect this the whole game does not seem like a good idea. Questing Beast. Okay, let's counter that. Tail's End seems decent. We are getting a bit lucky that they're not able to activate their commander. That was a legendary too. Tail's End would have been good there. We got our second blue source from the opponent. Cavalier of Goo Goo Gaga. It has reach. That's really annoying. I'm surprised I just never found an answer. Alright, I'm gonna try to find one. Get rid of this Tail's End here. Okay, this makes it way likely, but... Oh no, are you serious? Really? Not like this, dude. Not like this. Alright, there's a couple of counter spells I can do on one. Those are not it. Negate would have been good, but I can't negate. And there it is, right on the top, just where you want it. Last card. Yep. One card too low. Alright, well, now I have to find like a bounce spell. Oh my god, dude. Really? Okay, well, I guess I have to do this now. I really have to do this, otherwise I just lose to the board. Kogla? Okay. What does this do when it attacks? Destroy it. Yep, see? Couldn't even stop that. Well, I guess we lose. Yep. They're just going to attack with Kogla. Wow, that was unfortunate. I feel like we had a really good spot. And literally, if I drew one card deeper, I could have completely blown my opponent out. But nope, can't have that. I drew 3 relevant spells all in a row. Just slightly too slow. There's too many lands in the way. Winota seems very, very difficult to beat. But I guess this is a hand you want to try to do that with. Play this tapped. If I can keep them off Winota, I'm in a good spot, but I can just die to the rest of the stuff they're doing. I don't think I have enough bounce spells. Okay, this is a good board state to lock out with counterspells, I guess. I would say. Oh, whoops. So now we just kick back and do nothing for 20 turns? But they have a board I can't really deal with. You're gonna Bone Crusher Giant my... What? Okay. I guess I'll get rid of Whirlwind Denial. Seems fine. Okay, so now what do? I just kick back. Okay, I can't really let that resolve, because that's bad news bears. And I suppose I will just loot away the cantrip, because it's essentially casting it for free. Al Sayed. Baral has the board locked down, so I think that's fine. It's just a 1/1, it's not doing much. I have to deal with this Vanguard. I'm trying to get into a spot where our opponent just can't do much. Alright, well this is getting countered. Can loot away Miscast. It's not doing really that much here. Could probably crack this Mind Stone. Pull from Tomorrow, that's pretty good here. Can kind of gas back up once our opponent doesn't do... Oh, that's good too. Alright, this is nice. This isn't terrible. I need a way to keep up with cards, otherwise it's just getting difficult. So Gearhulk does have the ability to attack, which is nice. Spell Swindle, so I get a ton of treasure tokens. I can loot away... I actually don't want to loot anything. Yep. That Gearhulk's one of my few, like, totally close the game out things, because when they're in this position, they can't do anything, really. You just have to find a way to 2 for 1 your opponent just a couple times, so you're not just sitting there doing nothing, you know. Because counter go is nice and all, but you need a way to actually close the game out or incur some kind of slight value where your opponent just falls behind a little bit. And with that being said, I think I am interested in a couple more like divination effects. Preferably instant speed ones. Yeah, for some reason the deck builder is lagging. Like really bad. I don't know what that's about. So what is that draw instant speed card that like draws more than one card? There's a couple of them. Pop quiz doesn't give me more than one card though. Thirst for Meaning does. I like that. Now there's not too many. I don't really want to play Perception here. It's a little expensive. Maybe, yeah, no, it's just a little bit too much for my blood. I don't like it. I also should probably be running this. I skimmed over that. Okay, so we can take out maybe Agent. I don't know when you ever windmill this on 7. Yeah, let's just take that out for now. It seems like the game's that's not super relevant. This is weird. This is a weird deck. It's not playing the war criminals of the format. I guess I could take out Miscast. It's probably one of my least favorite cards in the deck right now. Instant and sorcery is a little bit specific, especially when you're against some decks that just don't have many and you don't really care. Like, you're going to miscast a Brainstorm? Probably not. I'll have the deck list in the description. Yeah. That probably will always be a thing, so I don't have to keep saying it. Oh no, this is bad. This is bad news bears. Okay, Unsummon's really good though, isn't it? Right? Like, I can unsummon their Baral and really knock them off of what they're doing. That seems that seems fun. Okay. Hopefully it isn't just whoever was on the play wins. I don't imagine that's the case. The opponent did mulligan. Quite aggressively too, seems so. Both have turn 1 Sanctuary. So here I can bounce Baral. Is that better than... I think I'm going to bounce their Baral. I'm going to attempt to bounce Baral. I should do it right now, right? They recap. No, let's just do it. Let's do it on their turn. Okay, they played that tapped. I'm going to go to their end step and do it, so they can't recast it. They're obviously fine if they counter this. Okay. They decline to loot, so their hand is like big gas. They frogify? What the heck? Okay. Frogify? Try to bounce Frogify, I guess? I don't know. Okay, so do we lose now? Is that just it? They just win because they did that? Because I can't really do anything now? I don't know, I guess I just pass again? I really don't know what to do at this point. Search for Azcanta. Alright, well I sort of have to not let that be a thing. Alright, well, I scoop. Congratulations. They had two two-man enchantments that they just beat me with. They mulliganed to 5 too. If we were on the play, that game would have been vastly, vastly different, which is a little bit unfortunate. I don't like things like that. No, I don't think we got unlucky. I think our opponent was just a little bit more prepared than we are. I don't think I got that unlucky. They also didn't loot the one chance they had, which meant they had a hand that was like all counterspells, and that's pretty likely when they mulligan, like for something specific in a deck like this. Do we run Frogify? That seems really good, especially in the mirror. Seems extremely good. It's almost impossible to get Shark Typhoon to resolve as an enchantment. And the Shark I don't think is super relevant, so I almost want to replace this with that frog card. Let's try. It's definitely a way to... It also shuts down, like, Keenan and stuff. It's not a terrible card. It even shuts down Golos, actually. That's fine. Learning. I suppose you could say we were unlucky that we were on the draw. I'll concede to that notion. Kind of unfortunate. Don't want it to boil down to that, because that's not a great way to look at it. 2 lands, one of them's tapped. We're on the play, though. I think this is good enough on the play when you're Baral and you have 2 lands. If they were both tapped lands, I think this is impossible to keep, but they're not. Alright, so we play this. Unlucky I suck. Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing I suck as a game. Pay 3, yes. And then Baral. Barali boy. Alright. Now once we untap, we almost win the game outright. Don't care about that. We only care about things that we cannot counterspell. I would like to look for a land here. How important is it that I do that right now? What else am I doing? I suppose I'm going to have to take the L and not do it and just pass. Hostage taker? Wow. Okay. Can loot away... Anticipate? Oh, well, maybe not anymore. Maze Mind's Tome is one of my ways to incur value. Ooh, jeez. Alright, we're gonna get rid of that. Land is good. And I suppose I will swing. I gotta win the game somehow, right? I don't know if Baral's how you win damage-wise, or you just don't win that way. I don't know. I've never had a game ride out long enough to where I realized what solid win condition was there. But I assume it is, in fact, beating them to death with Brawl. Okay, we want to draw a land, and we don't really need this right now. It'll be good later. I don't think I'm going to loot. I think I'm just going to play land, and then Maze Mine and swing. Seems fine. I should play Diablo 2. You know, I was actually streaming it for 5 minutes before I streamed Magic. Because Magic had a huge update that took 20 years to, like, get going. Okay, they have 1 mana up. This does not help me play around Spell Pierce. But this card is just better than this one, like, because I got to Tails End this. There's not many things I can Tails End, so. At this point, I think I am just going to loot the Anticipate. Well, no, it's just better to cast it than it is to loot it, obviously, right? It's the same thing. I might as well just cast it. I was also streaming the Project Diablo 2. I was not streaming Diablo 2 Resurrected. Because Project Diablo 2 actually has, like, things you can do that's not just farming for 10 hours. I think it's fine to just burn a scry here. Narset's not terrible. It stops our opponent from drawing cards, but I don't think I have the ability to just cast it, so... Speaking of not being able to cast things. We're winning the 1 damage a turn race. Valky? Just as a 2/1? Okay, that means I don't attack anymore. They see my hand. I don't think I care. I really don't think I care about this. That just means I'm not attacking anymore, and they're down 1 card. 1 to 5. About 1 to 5. Unless you mean YouTube, then you'll have to go look, because I don't necessarily keep track of that. I could just do this for 2. I think I'm going to. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe that's greedy. If they have a removal spell, I'd rather not. Shields down Baral himself, because when he dies, it's going to be very hard to make him not die. Okay, that's fine. Land was good. I will pass. Maybe it depends on my thumbnail. The thumbnail that Calvin put a bunch of work into was the video got like 250 views or something, which is just way better than most of the things I get. That was just super funny. I don't know if it was a thumbnail. It might have just been the commander. I like my whole hand, so I don't think... Ooh, maybe I can get rid of one. Yeah, alright. That was a good loot, because now I can get rid of this. They know about it. It's not great. I've sort of replaced it with something that does the same thing, sort of, except this actually gives me extra cards. Okay, opponent is probably going to pass. And at this point, I will just crack and loot. I think I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to play around a 2-mana removal spell in a 5-color Golos deck. Okay. So can we get away with Jace? This is 1 island short of being able to do something, which is really annoying because there is a ton of basic lands in this deck, and I just don't have them. I really want to get Jason to play, but maybe I can wait for a bit till I have way more lands. Doesn't seem like a terrible idea. Why did my phone go off? So did I. What? No. This is another card I don't think we care about, because we can block it with Baral, and them getting a little bit extra mana is totally fine. Because we're just hard countering things. It doesn't matter how much mana they have. And they just literally cannot swing through this Baral. They keep mousing over their hand and not doing anything. It's freaking me out. I can see why this is a very difficult matchup for them to win. Like, very, very hard. If I play Jace, what do I have up for counterspells? Basically just 1 counterspell. Seems a little loose. Seems a little loose. I'm not going to do it. Should I brainstorm right now? No. I think I will Thassa's Intervention on end step, though. Doesn't really matter how much mana I do it for. And Valky is a bit annoying because it holds priority every time I pass it to them for the X thing, because it can be for 0. Man, they're just windmill slamming this. Turn target permanent with mana value 1 or greater to its hand. I think I'll just do this. Replace itself in my hand. At this point, it's safe to assume they can't stop me if I go for Jace. Okay. There was also a concern the World Tree could have got them some sort of combo with a bunch of gods. I've seen that in a Golos deck. You play this, and then you sacrifice to get a bunch of gods like Perforos and all that, and you like one-shot your opponent. And obviously I can't stop that without some sort of stifle effect. So Tails End could do it. What else could do it? That 3-minute stifle, counter target spell or activated ability. I don't know the name of the card. It's a rare counter spell. It's like $30 and on paper, some ridiculous number. It's from Kaladesh, I think. I don't think I have a copy. Okay, it's Winota again. Surprisingly won this last time. I don't think we're going to win it consistently, though. Brawl can only block so much. Oh, especially on the draw. They get to play a 1, 2, and 3 drop before I'm able to do anything. It's just really, really difficult to come back from that. But okay. Oh, look, it's a 1-drop. It's a 1-drop I cannot block. I take it they had options? I really don't know why they did this at sorcery speed. I know another person that does that all the time with Raise the Alarm at sorcery speed. They who shan't be named. I always tell them not to do it and they always do it. Yeah, Zis444 is my brother. Baral could kill me. I mean, not Baral, what the heck? Ginger Brute. Yeah, Baral can kill me. Yes, totally. Alright. I'm going to just bank on getting a land here. Oh, dude. Oh, gee, thanks, game. Right on top, just where I wanted it. Alright, well, I mean, I can still Into the Roil Winota. So there's that. Yeah. That way I don't just get totally destroyed. But it still costs 4, unfortunately. Opponent could actually win with this Healer Hawk in the Ginger Brute. Could just beat me. Is it safe to just play a Mind Stone? Does it matter? I don't think it matters. I think I'm just going to pass. I might just loot it away for an actual land. Okay, interesting. They just straight up went for this. Kind of means I can use the most expensive thing in my hand. I'd like to get a ton of treasure tokens. This is pretty good here. This is actually really good. If this is how I was going to win, this is how. Loot away this Mind Stone. Don't even really need it anymore. They paid life? Oh, okay. So yeah, they're going to try to get this Ginger Brute to kill me in conjunction with the Healer's Hawk, which is definitely a possibility. Could die to these. Didn't draw land, pass. So this can bounce one of them. I suppose I'll bounce the Healer's Hawk because that one is harder to deal with for me. And the Ginger Brute requires mana. It's a mana investment. It does mean I sort of have to counter a Healer's Hawk, which is attacks. Okay, I sort of have to deal with that. Quench does not deal with it, unfortunately. Yeah, Convolute. Something that just soft counters first, because they're going to get worse and worse. Loot away Quench. Magda? Other dwarves get, whenever a dwarf becomes tapped, sacrifice treasures, dragon. No? No? Okay, what does this do? Put 2. Okay. I think I'm going to keep that then. I will loot. I will still loot. I think I'm going to get rid of Pull from tomorrow. It is card advantage, but I need to stop these things from poking me to death. And they're definitely doing that. Is it good to just run this out now? Nah, there's no reason to. I'm not going to swing with it, obviously. Okay, that was a really, really good draw, actually. Yeah, we're going to do it sorcery speed because I want to draw a land. No, let's get rid of Cold Steel Heart because I'm not going to cast that. Play this and pass. Alright, so we got to a point where we have more value in hand than our opponent. I will loot the Radical Idea because it's essentially doing... It's essentially the same thing. I just don't have to spend mana. And this is what I was talking about, where they actually can't... You know what? I'm going to just trade it off. I'm trading this off. And yeah, they can't invest mana here, so that's nice. Alright, so Memory Deluge looks at one less card because Baral actually makes you spend less mana on it. I don't feel like I have any reason to cast it right now, though. I think we're fine how we are. Okay, so it's like a double damage thing. Put 2 of them to my hand. Ooh, that was not great. I can flash it back, but this might force them to swing with the tokens, right? They swing with the tokens, and then this... No, they're not going to do it. Okay. I feel like I really want to just cash this in right now and crack these treasures. I think this is pretty important. I already have a land. This seems fine. Just a literal divination. Fine. Okay, the Unsummon hopefully is good here. I'm not going to let this swing. It's going to deal 8 damage to me. I don't want to take 8. I'll lead with this, I guess. Yeah. Alright. Draw 2. We have 4 mana up still. Let's just pass. Unsummon makes me go down a card, which I don't like. They do swing all out. Good news. So we can probably get rid of one of these tokens. Oh, I should have... Ooh, I should have blocked first. Yep. I should have blocked first. Should have went to blocks first. Could have blocked the Ginger Brute, because now they can actually activate it to defend it still and prevent me from doing anything. They're going to Lightning Bolt. Baral? Boy. I can make them pay 6, but they can pay 6. Oh no, it would be 7. It would be 7. No, that's probably worse than just looking at the top. I think I'm just going to do this. No. We probably should counter this. I'll loot away Omen, I think. Yep, this is the problem. I can't block this now. Should have did that first. I'm gonna Brainstorm. Okay, that was really good. Can put back... Oh man. This is... Oh god. Alright, so put that back. I'm not going to cast that for now. And I guess Jace's Triumph? Put that back? No, we can put back Glimmer, because I don't see myself casting it immediately. If anything, I'll just cast Jace's Triumph right now and draw those. But I think I'm going to pass. It really sucks that I did not block that Ginger Brute before. Pre-Unsummon. That was really just not a good idea. I will Disdainful Stroke instead of another card, because this is only has a few targets. Okay, well, I'm going to Tails End. There's not that many legendaries in their deck, I don't think. I will not loot, because my whole hand is fine. Okay, Jace's Triumph. We're also getting to a point where I'm able to bounce this with this divide by 0 that I've had for like 20 turns. I can actually bounce this on end step and then force them to recast it. Okay, here's the Disdainful Stroke. I will not loop. Whole hand is fine. I could do it right now, but if they have a land in hand and they just replay Gingerbread, I'm back to square one with trying to deal with it. So take one, do it on end step. Or do I do this? Yeah, let's do this. Ooh. Ooh. Goody, 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 goody. That's good. I also got a bounce spell, so boing. So now they have to like get that to resolve. Can't block without creatures with haste. Okay, so it legit could be a problem. I will put what do I put on top? Probably a card advantage card instead of a counterspell. No, I think counterspell is fine. It's the name of the game, so I think we just put that on top. Opponent knows we're going to loot into it, right? If we ever loot with Baral. So now we just find a spot to resolve Gear Hulk and we're in a good spot. We don't care about that because Baral blocks it, so that's fine. Unlike this Gingerbread. I don't want to shuffle, so let's just do this. Will I loot? I don't think so. I think Divide by 0 still has some play here. I don't think I want to get rid of it. No, we're not getting rid of it. This is a 2-mana 1/3 that does nothing else. Don't care. Opponent passes. I will run out for Torrential Gear Hulk. Grab a card draw spell of some kind. Glimmer? Wasn't that like a standard thing? Gear Hulk into Glimmer of Genius? I'm pretty sure that was a standard play. That's really funny. Okay, we don't want Censor. You can actually cast this for like a lot. That's pretty nice. I don't think I want to go down that low in mana, but... Okay, so now we can try to kill him with this Gear Hulk, swinging over and over with Baral on defense. It's going to be kind of hard for them to come out of this. I believe they had a card in hand they could use. I don't know what it is. It wasn't like a disenchant, fortunately. At least I don't think it was. They also know about Counterspell. Oh, wait, no, they don't know Guarantee, because I scried one card to the bottom with the Glimmer Genius. Creatures you control get +1/+0 till end of turn. So I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, they're low on cards. This seems fine. And then I can shuffle in Pull from Tomorrow, draw, Spectral Sailor, and probably just a hard counter. It's not super relevant. Take action. I almost want to loot this away, honestly. No, we're gonna sit here like this. Okay, it was a land in hand. Sure. They do not swing all out. I will run this out because I can't do anything else, and this isn't doing anything else. Just apply more pressure. I can even bounce something right now if I feel like it, but I'd like to use the learn to... Ooh, that was good. To do something. So now they don't really have any cards in hand. I think it's safe to just draw 4. Good, hit a land, so we have double counter up. Yeah, I think the Gingerbread was the most relevant card, and it seems as though we are going to beat it. And I have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game, which is kind of funny. Really good with the loots on Baral. It means you won't discard the hand side, and you'll always have something that's probably not great. I don't think they should have done this for max. That's probably a little loose. Just a little loose to do that for max if I had a bunch of soft counter spells. Okay. Run out Sailor. We've seen so many more cards than our opponent. It's insane. Swing, swing, swing. They're almost in chump block mode. In fact, they probably should start doing it now. No, they're not. Now they're almost just dead to the sky. Okay. Everything is... Okay, we can pass. Okay, yeah. That's crazy. This deck is weird. That's so weird. It's like... It's definitely super controlling. I think Baral got banned in regular one-on-one Commander. It wasn't... It was just too disgusting. Like, they banned Soul Ring and Baral. Yeah, I don't know. It's a strange deck. Feels good to win a long game like that, especially against Winota. Maybe the Winota matchup isn't all that bad. Maybe Baral as a 1-3 blocking their early stuff is good enough. And then you can just sit behind counterspells and only counter relevant things. Because if they have an army of tokens, they could literally have like 6 tokens, 1/1s, and Baral is still good enough to stop them from killing you. You take 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, and then, you know, you can't swing anymore. Okay, 1 land against Teferi does not feel good. I would say this is a good matchup, but knowing me, I might still lose it, because I'm me, but we'll see. Narset is also very good. It means I don't have to really worry about card draw spells. It does mean I have another thing that I would like to defend in play, which is not great against a blue-eye control deck, but I think this is a pretty decent hand. Yeah, alright, that's fair. I assume we were both doing the same thing, except I'm doing it way better. Yeah, that's a very, very, very difficult matchup. In fact, that might be their hardest matchup. And like Keenan Control is probably like the second hardest, if that is the popular list. I don't know. Keenan with Counterspell seems really, really good as well. I also forgot to say at the start of this, I'm pretty sure Baral is going to make people scoop more than any other commander I've played before the game starts, because it's just so disgusting. We only have one really effective counterspell against Teferi. This isn't great. These are not that great. This could attack, and Brainstorm could find me some gas. No, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that. This is slightly better. Kind of in the same boat, though. Alright, so hopefully we actually get to resolve Baral on turn 2, because if we don't, we almost just straight up lose. But I'm not really going to play around it. Not really. Alright, so we pretty much lose. Oh, no, that's the one that's fine, because we can still recast him. That one is fine. Ooh, Tome of the Infinite. Interesting. Interesting. I like that a lot. That's kind of cool. It gets swords randomly. It gets ponders randomly. I think I should be running this, honestly. Especially when you don't know what you get. Like, your opponent doesn't know if you got swords. Or can I even get this? I don't even know if it lets me run this card, because it gets things evolved. Oh, well, actually, that's not true, because our opponent is running it in blue-white, and it has green cards and stuff it can get, so... Narset would be good if I, you know, drew a land. But I did not. I was not paying attention. Did I play a land this turn? I did not, so I'll just do this. I will get a land. Play the land and pass. I was curious about this matchup, so let's see what happens. I am curious how this works, too. Do you only get cards of your color, or do you get anything and could have totally dead cards in hand? Okay, opponent tried to do something and it didn't work. If they randomly generate Swords to Plowshares, okay, I lose. I really don't think I can deal with infinite Swords to Plowshares, so if they have them, so be it. I wonder if they would have Force Spiked there or just decided not to. I would really like to get this in play, but I suppose for now it's fine not to. I think we can just kick back and do nothing. Seems to work so far. Okay. Okay. Might just Chemister's Insight away Exclusion Mage. Alright, you can spend any color to cast it. Yep, this card is going to solo me because I can't keep up with the infinite Duresses and Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, I don't think I can beat this. This card is actually insane against me, which is cool. I like that. I guess I'm just going to loot the mage now. Convolute's getting a little bit weak, so I guess I'll get rid of that. I don't think I have to play Reliquary Tower right now. No, let's just do it, because I might loot away a land with Baral right now, and I'd like it to just be that instead of this. I don't think I can fight back here. Well, I kind of can, actually. Get rid of the land. Definitely activate. Cool. Of course, they generate the best possible stuff. Yep. Yep. They got a Duress and a Swords. When there's 10 things they could possibly get, and they got those. Alright, well, we lost to a weird card. I almost want to play that card myself, but it might be a little bit too slow. And there's also so many really, really bad targets. Like, imagine they just got Giant Growth 4 times. What do they can't, they have nothing to do with it, you know? But the fact that they got not Ponder, Swords and Duress only activating it 4 times is kind of insane. Because there's only like 2 or 3 cards. I mean, even Ponder would have been fine. Especially with Narset in play. They can't really cast Ponder. Alright, so we're hopefully going to do what our opponent did to us last time we had this matchup. You can cast... What? Okay. That is a very weird card. Because your whole deck is instant speed already. It's not really doing much. It lets you cast Baral at instant speed. What does that matter? You just go down a card for no reason. Yeah, I don't think I like this. This seems weird. When your deck is almost 40 to 50% instant speed, this doesn't really do anything. Opponent is tapped out, so we can sauce him with the frog. Pass. Opponent got sent back to the tank. Oh, nope, they're passing. If they're not going to do anything, I think I will cycle to Censor. Well, Censor's actually not terrible in the face of all their counterspells being the normal cost. because Baral's deactivated for our opponent. Well, at this point, I will cycle it, though. I guess I will. Hand is good enough. I need to find a way to get ahead more. You're going to Into the Roil my Frogify. No? Okay. But now they only have 1 mana up. And they accidentally Into the Roil the enchantment and not the their own commander. Okay, that's fine. Opponent's playing it a little weird here. Probably should have done that in my end step. Yeah, now they're back to square one. That just seemed like a huge misplay. I did not draw a land. A little bit unfortunate, but I guess now they're our opponent. Okay. I will Memory Deluge. Look at the top 3 and put 2 to my hand. I'll fight. I might as well get my stuff out of the way. Okay, that's really annoying, but alright. Guess we'll take it. I mean, we can flash this back. Pass. I'll do this for 2. Oh, I can actually do it for 3. No, we'll just do it for 2. Just trying to get ahead here, and I'd like to have mana up. Okay. Alright. This is really annoying. They have Faceless Haven. We do not have that. That is not good. Sublime Epiphany will somehow have to resolve, and I don't see that happening. Alright, I guess that's why you play this, so you can flash in Frogify. Like, so far, this has not done anything except that. And I don't even know if that was that relevant, because, you know, they still have ways to defend it regardless. Okay, Gearhulk's a good way to come back, kind of. But again, it has to resolve. But of all those cards, I think that's the best one. Spell Swindle. So do we offer the trade with Barals? I think we do. No, we don't, because we have more cards than them, so we're ahead. Maybe I do offer the trade. No, I don't. I don't offer the trade. Because if they activate Faceless Haven and we block, that is not good for them. They don't want that to happen. Could really use a land. This is absolutely hilarious. Okay, this does not seem like a good idea at all. You turned my Baral back on for no reason. Like, it doesn't... What? Okay. Oh, it Rivers Rebukes my Frogify. Ooh. That's big brain. Okay, I did not realize that was going to happen. Alright, I'll get rid of Quench and maybe Spell Swindle. It's a little bit difficult to cast that. Okay, well, they got Baral in play, I guess. But we have a Frogify, and they literally have to deal with it, so... Seems fine. Whoops, I did not cast Frogify. Wrong card. No escape. Okay. Well, I guess they're down to one card, kind of. So, they have mass manipulation? What the heck? Never mind, they're not down to one card. Opponent navigated this pretty well. They really did. Instant Speed River's Rebuke is another reason this is really good, I guess. I really don't think this is a good card. Especially when it's not in your opening hand in a 100-card Singleton deck. Then you have to pay 4 mana, Sorcery Speed, to get it in play. Doesn't seem great at all, but it's putting in work right now. Okay, let's try to Frogify again. Disallow. Okie dokie. I mean, I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm not doing anything else. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is still a counterspell in their hand. Oh no, it could be the other one, the draw something or whatever. Oh, they did it right this time. They bounced Baral and not my not my Frogify. So this could be the Scry 2 draw 2 because they didn't just counter it, but they could also have just came to the conclusion that bouncing it was pretty much the same as countering it and they get to keep their counterspell. Alright, so this is probably a counter... Oh, no, it is. It's that card. Great. Okay, this is bad. They did not activate Faceless Haven. I don't know how much I'm supposed to play around them drawing a single card and hoping it's just not a counterspell. I don't know. But whatever, I'm going to run out Baral. Baral's not even doing much anymore. Okay, so it wasn't a counterspell. I would like to leave up a counterspell so we can kind of not get destroyed by something disgusting. I would also like them to activate Faceless Haven at some point. Okay, they're doing it now. Block Baral. So now we need a spot where we can Gear Hulk, surprise attack or whatever. Midnight Clock's a interesting method to kind of catch back up. And I'll Curate for a land. This isn't great, so put that to my graveyard. Draw the land. We both have Castle Vantress, but Castle Vantress does not give you card advantage, so I am not totally opposed to it. I don't know if I'm going to windmill Gear Hulk in the face of 2 random cards here. Oh, they did not activate Castle first. That's strange. They're doing it on upkeep? Really looking for a land, I guess. Or, I mean, a counterspell, obviously. This is such an interesting mirror match. At least to me. I mean, if you're an aggro player, you're gonna want to rip your eyes out. But this seems really fun. Sublime Epiphany seems really, really good here. If it resolves. If it doesn't, I think that's fine, because we've got them kind of on this 1-for-1 plan here, where they just gotta like do one thing a turn, and we can do stuff like this. So we will draw and bounce. Oh, it's copy of a creature, so that doesn't work. So we'll bounce. I almost want to bounce a bird, honestly. I don't care about the ley line. You know, barring this resolves. There's a chance it doesn't. Okay, it resolved. That's good. We found an answer to the other bird, which is hilarious. And now we have Mystic Sanctuary putting a counterspell on top. Probably a cheaper one. I don't see a reason to put this on top. Especially when I want... Yeah, let's just put that on top there. When I want Gearhawk to get Sublime Epiphany, I don't want it back on top. Arch of Orazca is actually card advantage. So now we just have to sort of stabilize the board. Because we've won in... cards. We just have to not lose to like the Faceless Haven and dude, what is that card doing in your deck? Alright, so I think we just lose now. I don't think there's anything I can do to stop this. That is so disgusting. Yep, alright. I think we lose. I can't counter it, but I suppose I will try to race it at this point. Sublime Epiphany, make a copy of Torrential Gearhulk. So... bounce something, copy, draw a card, and the other two aren't doing anything, so... bounce something, I'll bounce the bird, copy Gearhulk, and draw a card. Do this again. Nothing in my deck... yeah, no, I don't... there's no... oh, I can Supreme Will, actually. Let's do that. Time Warp is good, I guess. But now we have to deal with this massive thing sitting there. I don't know how we deal with this, actually. This is absolutely disgusting. That's unbelievable. Opponent's just pulling out the I hate the mirror a lot cards right now. Okay, so how do I win? I almost just flat out won. To take an extra turn, swing for 10-10. I actually almost won, and they played pretty much the best possible card of all time. I can bounce it right now. I guess I sort of have to do that, which is really annoying, but oh well. Not much I can do, so yeah. It's just going to your hand, it's not going away. This is not a terrible thing to just let resolve. But it looks like they have something. Nope, nope. If they do, they don't want to do it. I like my whole hand, so I'm not going to loot. We are going to swing. Can we still win this? I think we got it. I don't know. Yep, they take 10. And then we take an extra turn. We did it! We did it! Wait a minute, it wasn't lethal. I take an extra turn, I swing for 10, they can even block here. Even if I dealt with this, it's only 11 damage. This is not lethal, and I think this is a strange time to concede. I mean, we'll take it. That was insane. Wow. So they had Leyline, which I think if we go back and look, the one thing it really did was allow like River's Rebuke to be a good turn because they could do it on my turn. Other than that, they essentially just went down a card to play this. And I don't really like that, because you go down a card and yeah, your sorceries are now instants, but again, your whole deck is like kind of instants already. You're flashing in Nezahal, like cool, you can mass manipulation at the end of my end step, but it's not really doing that much. We both had Frogify, which is hilarious. We just wound up winning out in the end. They made a little bit of an error, I think, when their first bounce ability bounced my Baral in... No, it bounced my Frogify instead of their Baral, so my Frogify went back to hand, and then I had to deal with it later. There was a point where it was looking bad, but we pulled it out. We pulled through. That was crazy. Nezahal, we beat Nezahal. I don't even know if we really did beat it, though, because, again, if they just didn't scoop, I don't think the game was over. I don't think the game was over. They could have windmill slammed it again. Would have been at, let's say they chump blocked. They probably would chump block. They'd take like 6 or something and then go down to 6. And then next turn they play Nezahal and they're at 6. And okay, no, it still was lethal. Okay, so they were most likely dead. They were most likely dead, I gotcha. The Divide by Zero came out guns blazing there. That was really crazy. The second copy of my Gearhulk didn't have many targets, but I guess it had one in the Supreme Will. If I did put this on top with my Mystic Sanctuary, I think I would have been in a way worse position because I couldn't have just cast this and copied. And yeah, I'd have another copy of it, but you know, we'd just be falling behind. And I guess the extra turn ended up working out. So that was a really cool. That was a cool game. I like that. Those are some long games too. But I'm gonna stop there because, good lord. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. The deck list will be in the description. Apparently this is a pretty good Brawl list. It's actually beating things like Winota, which I didn't expect. But if I don't start rambling now, I will never stop. So, yeah, like and subscribe. Yeah.